Okay.
Hello, friends. We are so excited to have my dear friend Jenny here today, who is from South Korea, who is with two of her amazing kids. And we are so excited to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you so much for letting us have the opportunity. And first, I would like to share with you our traditional hand play. It's called se se se, and my girls will demonstrate that. Se se se. Okay, this is enough. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the traditional hand play. They do it. I don't know the origin, or I don't know the reason, but they can just play with their hands without any instrument. So this is a fun thing. And the song, it was the song that I hummed. It's a traditional song as well, but obviously I do not remember from the beginning to the end. But anyway, I would like to start introducing about Korean culture. And let me show you some of the pictures. And it is also based on the life cycle. Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's start with this decoration. This is called kumjul, and this is what we put outside of the door after women give birth to a baby. So depending on their gender, you can see if it's a boy, they put out the pepper here and a coal, and you'll see a pepper and a coal here. And if it's a girl, you'll see a peach and the pine leaf. And this is something that we prepare to thank the God who has helped for the baby to come to the earth. So it is known that there are 3 gods who helped watch over the pregnancy. So this is what they do. And this is a soup that women would eat every day after they give birth to the child. So it's called miyeokguk, and it's called seaweed soup. And it's known as very good for cleaning your blood. So this is what we eat traditionally after giving birth. So we eat lots and lots of seaweed soup after we give birth. And this is a traditional table that we prepare for the babies when they turn a 100th day. So back in the old days, the babies did not live up to 100 days. A lot of babies did not really make it up to that point. So marking a 100th day is a big celebration. And all of these have a special meaning, especially these red rice cakes. These are known to prevent the evil spirit coming into the house and protecting the baby. And the thread at the back of the table, the white thing on the left, that stands for the longevity. And just like the decoration that I shared in the beginning of our Zoom call, that kumjul, the string, it's also known to prevent the evil spirit coming into their house. And after giving the birth, I forgot to mention about this one. After giving the birth, for 21 days, we do not allow guests into the house. So other than the family members, but sometimes if the family members are not really living together, some people do not let even though they're family members, they don't let them come into their own house if they're not living together. But it really depends on, in the area, or it really depends on that person. So, but that's something culture that we still do. And this is traditional, we call it 돌잡이. This is what we prepare when the babies turn a year old. And you can see it from previous posting, Koreans are, known to enjoy golfing. You can see the golf ball here. And what this is that they let the baby, the 1-year-old baby, to choose one of these items. So if you choose a stethoscope, that means you'll become a doctor. If you choose money, that means you'll become rich. You'll have a lot of fortune. And like the 1 year old, the 100th day old table, there's also a thread here on the very left that also stands for the longevity. And the hammer stands for you'll become a judge or a lawyer, those things. And the mic would be like entertainer or MC, those things. So it's a traditional ceremony that we do when we mark the 1 year old. Okay. And this is the wedding. Well, this is actually after the wedding. And this is when the brides introduce herself to the groom's family. So do you see this man's hand motion? That he is throwing the dates, and we are to catch those dates. And the more we catch, the more children we'll have. So they're wishing you with a lot of prosperity. That's what they do. So it's a traditional thing. Nowadays, the bride's family also comes into this place as well. But back in the old days, only the groom's side was allowed. So this is another traditional thing that we used to do, we'll still do. And this is traditional Korean girls' clothes called hanbok. And this is me and my husband on before our wedding on our traditional clothes. And this is one of the babies that I found on the internet. I thought this is a typical Korean clothing for the babies as well. And these are 3 of my kids on their traditional Korean clothes hanbok, which my mom made for them whenever they reached a 1 year old or 2 years old, 3 years old. So this is something that my mom made for them. And this is the hairstyle that the married woman will do when we wear hanbok. So when we're married, we put our heads up. When they're single, they put it hair down. They braid it and then put it down. So that's the major difference. And this is another traditional Korean game that I wanted to share called yunori. You throw the stick, and then the one that who gets out of these, the paper, that person wins. And another traditional game that I showed you is the one that my girls just did it, the sesese. And this is when people pass away. This is something that they wear and they will be buried. And something interesting about this clothes is that they make this clothing in a certain year, which it is called a lucky year or a lucky month. So they do not make this all the time. There are a certain period of time that they would only make this special clothing. So yeah, this is pretty much it that I wanted to share. Okay, yeah.
Photos were so beautiful, Ginny. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh, no problem. This was
That's so
fun,
interesting
actually.
with the hairstyle too. We were learning how, and I think it was in Peru, if you're a married woman or a single woman, you wear a different hat. Yeah, you wear a different hat based on whether you're married or single. So that's interesting with the hairstyle as well. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah, so it's fun to share cultural things.
What kind of food do they like there?
What are some of your favorite foods?
That's a very good. My favorite food. I'm sure Kina loves seaweed too. The roasted seaweed. And, right, Kina loves that with white rice. I remember that. And bibimbap, which is a mixed rice with lots and lots of veggies. I would say that's my favorite, bibimbap and seaweed.
Awesome. We were reading how apparently South Korea consumes more seaweed than any other country. So
that is true. That is true. And when you go to Korea, Korea is also known for street food. A lot of street food as well.
Awesome.
So that's something that people would really enjoy. We do have food trucks here, but in Korea, it's a different level of street food. So I would highly recommend to try those street food.
Super fun.
That's true.
Do you have other questions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a question?
I mean,
about sportsmen?
a little bit more.
About sportsmen?
But he already told us stop golfing.
Oh, you can ask another question.
Have you gone golfing in a golf place before?
Yes, I used to play golfing, but since I came here, I haven't done it, and I realized that I wanted to do, but not here. But yes, in Korea, yes, I did. And Koreans are really, really into soccer as well. There are a lot of famous soccer players, and Koreans love soccer.
So fun. That definitely seems to be the international sport of choice.
Yes, that's true.
And Jenny, I'd love to hear about any special holidays that are celebrated in Korea that and how you guys celebrate them, what the families do, what the celebrations involve, especially since we are enjoying some summer celebrations now.
Right. Very good question. So some holidays, the major holidays are New Year, obviously, and we also celebrate Lunar New Year, which is also known as Chinese New Year. We also celebrate the Lunar New Year as well. That is also one of the biggest holidays. And another biggest holiday is Korean Thanksgiving. It's called Chuseok, and we wear hanbok, and then every special holiday we have a special food that we eat. And during Chuseok, we also eat rice cake as well. And every New Year, it really depends on the family whether they would like to celebrate the New Year, the regular New Year, or the Lunar New Year. But no matter which they celebrate, they eat tteokguk. It's called tteokguk, and it's a rice cake soup. So that's something special that we eat as well. And other than those, we do have a lot of holidays as well, but I would say those two are the biggest holidays in Korea.
Very cool. And the rice cake soup, is that a savory soup or is it sweet?
No, it's a savory soup.
Okay. What are some
And
popular sweets in Korea?
What is it?
What are some popular sweets in Korea?
Popular sweets in Korea. You know, it's not really different from what we eat here, but now they're starting to eat a lot of gummy bears, which they did not used to before. Yeah, popular. And cotton candies. When I was young, cotton candies were popular, which my mom wouldn't let me eat a lot of times.
I feel like I
Those
see
things.
pictures of like the huge cotton candies in Korea.
Oh
That's
yes, right.
Or I know red bean flavored things are popular in China and Taiwan. Are they
Yes,
popular in South Korea as well?
especially over summer. It's called patbingsu, which means red bean paste with ice and a mixed grain powder and a little bit of what is it, condensed milk. That is a popular thing. And we also put rice cake in that patbingsu as well. So
Oh,
red bean
very fun.
paste with that. It's like a seasonal thing called patbingsu.
Very cool. I remember
Yeah,
having one Korean dessert once. It was almost like a snow cone, and then it had some red bean paste on top. Remind me,
that's it.
is
That's the
that
one.
it? Okay.
That's the one called
Okay.
patbingsu.
Is it
Yeah.
usually during the warmer weather months then, or?
Yes. Usually it's over the summer, but now we can make it at home as well. But it was, yeah, usually it's over summer. When they sell it over the winter, they would not have it in the restaurants or in other places just for the summer. But at home, we can make it all year round, I guess.
Very cool. I love that. So neat. And tell me
Yeah.
about the family structures in Korea. Do extended families often live together? Is it usually just the individual family unit? How is that usually set up?
Um, in the old days, I heard a lot of people, a lot of families consisted of three generation, which consisted of their grandparents and the parents and the children. But these days, it's like nuclear family. Most of them, while they live closer to their parents, a lot of people would live closer to their parents, but most of the families are smaller families. And the number of the children, not real, maybe I would say three at the maximum. There are people with four and five, but not a lot of people have lots and lots of kids, and they tend to have small number of family.
And it seems like Korea is largely urban as well, correct? So it seems like it would be difficult to have huge families living together.
That's true. That is also another reason why that people have smaller family as well. Space wise, not really, wide. So yes, that's true.
Very cool. Awesome. Do you guys have other questions?
Um,
Yeah, we have one more question over here.
Hi, Jenny. Thank you for doing this.
Hi, Dan.
Melita had a question. I had heard about a somewhat common, I don't know how common it is, 16th birthday present where some people in Korea
Yes.
will have a surgery so their eyes don't kiss at the edges anymore. I'm curious if what your thoughts are on that one. I think it's beautiful, of course, but I don't know if people are still doing that or if that used to be more of a popular thing or what.
Yeah, so 60th birthday, that is actually celebrated. It's a big event as well. I actually do not know about the plastic surgery getting it done on the 60th birthday, but that makes sense. And actually, my mom had that surgery because of that reason, but it was before she turned 60. But yes, people do. It tends to, it's so not because of the cosmetic reason, they do have the surgery. But 60th birthday, it's also another big celebration. Yes, and we do a party. And nowadays, since people's like it's getting, they live longer than they used to. So now 60th, maybe not as much as they used to, but still now it's 70, and the 80th birthday is getting bigger and bigger.
Very neat.
That's great.
So cool.
Thank you.
I actually have a friend who is coming out with a children's book next year called, I think the title is The Eyes That Kiss in the Corners. And so it's about, she's not Korean, but she is Asian. And so it's partially leaning on her experience growing up and just celebrating the beauty of different facial features. And so I think that's really neat as well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to read that book.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited to read that book as well. I'll find that out.
I know, I'll have to send it to you. Any last questions, guys?
Those clothes you showed us, did they wear those clothes on like a regular basis, like to school, or did they wear other clothes to school?
I would say until the 50s, well, there are different types of hanbok as well. Until the 1900s, I think people would wear that in a regular basis in their daily lives. But after the 1950s, there are more simple ways to wear hanbok. So I would say more simplified hanbok were worn starting from the 1950s, and now it's getting more simple and simple. So we do not wear it on a daily basis, just on a special holiday or their birthday parties, or their wedding in a certain ceremony. But yes, they used to wear that until I would say 1950s on a regular basis.
Very cool. They're so beautiful. I would love to. We'll have to come look at your collection.
Yes.
I love
and
whenever you wear their outfits.
Tina can try it, and Nat, I have one for you that you can try it on as well.
That would be super fun. Is the one for boys also called hanbok?
Yes, they're also called hanbok.
Okay, very cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jenny. This has been amazing. You are such a wonderful teacher. I love how you are willing to share your culture with us. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, I am so, it was fun for me as well. And I thought it would be fun to do it based on the life cycle, from birth to the death. So hope, it was like all over the place, but hope,
no, it was perfect. Thank you so much. You were amazing. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you. So good to see you.